In this class, I will be explaining about the determination of specific charge of an electron by J.J. Thomson's method. So, Thomson he experimentally calculated the specific charge. So, E by M ratio, that is 1.77 into 10 to the power 11 coulomb per kg. So, after calculating specific charge ratio, mass of an electron was calculated, because we already know the charge of an electron, and from this equation mass of an electron. So, J.J. Thomson he used the concept of cross field to determine the specific charge of an electron. So, in this experiment we can see a discharge tube. A discharge tube is taken, and inside the discharge tube, cathode it is connected with negative terminal of low tension battery, and anode it is connected with positive terminal of low tension battery. So, when the cathode plate is heated, as we know by the process of thermoionic emission, electrons they emitted from the cathode plate and accelerate towards anode, and a small gap or a hole is placed at anode, so that electron beam they can pass without getting disturbed. And at another side of the discharge tube, magnetic field, we can see this is the magnetic field, and electric field, they are placed perpendicular to each other, and electrons they are allowed to pass between the electric and magnetic field. So, when only electric field is applied, as we know, they follow the projectile path and they will be deviated towards at the position S on the screen, and only when the magnetic field is applied, the electron it follows a circular path and it will strikes at position S dash on the screen. So, when only electric field is applied, so the force due to electric field will be equals to E dot E. Let me just write this as equation 1. Again, force due to magnetic field will be equals to BeV. So, this will be equation 2. When the electron pass through the electric field and magnetic field, it remains undeviated and strikes at position O. That means the force acted by electric field and the force acted by magnetic field is equal. So, it remains undeviated. So, we can write force due to electric field will be equals to force due to magnetic field. So, EE will be equals to BeV. So, charge it gets cancelled, V will be equals to E by B. So, this is our equation 3. We have calculated the velocity of an electron. It is given by the ratio of electric field E and magnetic field B. Now, when the electron moves inside the electric field and magnetic field, then kinetic energy it is given as half mv square, where m it is the mass of an electron, v is the velocity of an electron. Also, electrostatic potential energy it is given by ev. So, this is the potential. So, now the kinetic energy will be equals to electrostatic potential energy. So, that is kinetic energy will be equals to potential energy. So, half mv square will be equals to ev. So, now we calculate the specific charge. So, E by m. So, when we write E by m, so this will go downwards. So, our equation will be 1 by 2 v square by v. So, this is the velocity. Let me just write it. This is the potential. So big one is for potential and small one is for velocity. Now, we can replace this v by E divided by b. So, our equation will be half E square by b square and v. Also, we can replace E by, that will be v dash by b. So, that will be half v dash square by d square, b square and v. So, from this equation, Thomson he calculated the specific charge of an electron to be 1.77 into 10 to the power 11 coulomb per kg. And after calculating the specific charge, mass of electron was calculated. So E, charge of an electron, divided by E by m. So if we replace this by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 and specific charge 1.77 into 10 to the power 11, the mass of an electron was calculated to be 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg.